being together, to meditate together, to continue our day retreat. Do we know how much we are interested in still mind, to have a stillness? Are we really interested? The very first thought, of course, must be yes, of course. But let us questioning. If really we are interested in the stillness, the deep stillness, then how much effort we make to make ourselves still? Do we really make a good enough effort? to make ourselves still. Let us be honest. What we are doing mostly to make ourselves still or to make ourselves agitated. What we are experiencing mostly and what we are doing mostly. What we mostly experience is the thing what we are doing mostly. Whatever we experience is the harvest of what we are cultivating. Can we accept the truth without making logical reasoning and without trying to justify? Yes, we love the stillness and we are dreaming about it. Therefore, we make some effort in searching for the stillness, but it's not good enough. Most of the times, we do opposite to disturb ourselves, to make conflicts. to make ourselves restless? Can we be truthful from the bottom of our heart? How much we are harmony with the truth that much stillness is there. Real stillness is rising from that moment. The true stillness. The subtle stillness is rising in the deep place in our heart when we are agreed with the truth. Whatever truth is, doesn't matter. with this beautiful experience, let us open ourselves for the Dhamma, for the sharing which is going to happen now. Dear friends, first I'm extremely sorry for being delayed for this last meditation session. It happened because of unavoidable some maintained issues, as most of you can imagine. And I hope you had a good time during the yoga and after yoga meal time. I hope you are continuing your practice during that self practice time. And today the topic is little bit strange theme. Not little bit, is fully strange. There were few suggestions for today retreat, and the first suggestion was the truthfulness, and then another suggestion came, the stillness, for this last day retreat of this year. And then Claudia asked me to choose one of. So I couldn't do. Therefore, I said that then let us take both. And when I said that, actually I didn't aware about how difficult to combine both. So I should be aware. I should practice more awareness before I say anything. Anyway, dear friends, as meditators, as yogis, we all are interested in the stillness, to make our mind still. That is one of the very spiritual romantic dreams of yogis. Yes, we don't have a lot of romantic dreams as meditators, but this is one of the very common. We love the stillness. I think all meditators love the stillness, even though without knowing what is the stillness. That is usual. We usually love without knowing. Therefore, this should be a blind love of stillness. We have beautiful ideas about the stillness. So we say mind is like a pond, like the great ocean, and always waves are there, and the current is there, bubbles are there. So ordinary mind is like that. And when we meditate and when we achieve certain state of the consciousness, so-called jhana, dhyana, absorbment, and then the pond, the great ocean becomes, I don't know, uh, like iceberg. Yes, like an iceberg, still, and no movements. So most of us are happy to be an iceberg, even in the winter. So it's an eternal dream. And when we read about meditative experiences and meditative achievements, yeah, there are a lot of inspiring stories about this kind of consciousness, no thoughts, no perception, even no consciousness, pure awareness, like no clouds, emptiness. So many beautiful metaphors and pictures and visions. And I think we all are attracting to these concepts, goals, because of those beautiful pictures. But the reality might be different. When we come to the practice, then we cannot see that kind of ocean. Like an iceberg, no waves, no bubbles, even no water, everything is so still. And then what is happening is more and more currents, more and more waves. Then before only waves, now after the meditation, tsunami. So, yes. So we couldn't understand what is the reason, why it is happening. Before mind, many meditators told me, before the meditation, mind was okay compared to now. But now, million of thoughts and emotions and non-stop thinking and fantasies. So something is wrong. And then what we try to do is we think those thoughts are enemies. Before we don't have any internal enemies, we have external enemies. But after the meditation, we create internal enemies inside of us. So now it becomes an internal war. No one can see because we sit very quietly like this and looks like an statue. Yes. And visitors want to touch and see whether it is a real statue or live person. So to outside, so nice. But inside, fight for the stillness, fight for the peacefulness. So this is the case. We think we have to fight to make peace. As politicians, as soldiers, they think they have to fight for the peace. Peace comes out of the war. We had to make a war to make peace. So same, in different ways, it's same. Meditators think we have to fight with our inner enemies to make a peaceful mind. And we are looking for weapons. And to be honest, my dear friends, most of meditators ask weapons during the question and answer sessions, I think you can remember, everybody can remember. So most of questions are related to this, focused on this point. They are asking for weapons to kill thoughts, to cut thoughts, like a sword, knife, machine guns, mortar, missile. So we had to give them weapons. So they think that is the job of meditation teachers. So teachers have armored stores, weapons. So we had to give the right weapon. So it's a good business. No? Weapon business is a very good business. You can earn a lot, very profitable job. But no peace, no stillness. There are some movements. Like in the real war, there are some movements and some places like nomad places, no man, so no thoughts. But both sides are ready to fight. In any moment, bullets can go through this nomad area. So there are some movements in our meditation like this, but they are temporary experiences. And we think if we meditate, if we fight for good enough period of time, then we can expand and extend that short period to longer period we can make. And sometimes it happens 1 second, then 2 seconds, then 1 minute, then 30 minutes, then maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours. But after we stand up, after we go back to our normal life, then again, no stillness at all. Same agitation, same conflicts. And then, then we make a theory to justify this experience. It is impossible to meditate in everyday life, normal life. To meditate, we need an isolation place like Nilambe. Not possible in the cities. So once again, it's a good business for meditation centers. So this goes on and on, and we all know about it. Therefore, no need to discuss it further. And the other thing is also not all meditators, but some meditators are interested in the truthfulness. Not all. So most of meditators are happy to experience something peaceful, something calm, something relaxing, and then they are happy. They are satisfied for a while because the life is more stressful. So we need some kind of like boosters to calm down ourselves. So most of meditators, I don't know the percentage, but most of meditators are only looking for the stillness. That's all. But some meditators, they are not happy. They are not satisfied about only with the stillness. They think we meditate to understand something, for the wisdom, for realization, for the enlightenment. Therefore, the truth is something we had to experience, we had to understand. and not a simple truth with a capital T, absolute truth, ultimate or the ultimate truth. So it's a big word, no? Truth is itself a big word, but that is a small word for most of meditators. Therefore, we think the truth, the simple truth is not enough. We should know the absolute truth or the ultimate truth. So it's another dream. And just see how we manipulate ourselves with words without knowing the meaning. So words are traps, and we are being trapped with words. So what is the truthfulness? One can say whatever we say is not the truth, because we don't know the ultimate truth. We don't know the absolute truth. Therefore, whatever we say can be a lie. I have met many yogis, and they believe this. Whatever we say is not a truth, because it is not an absolute truth, or the absolute truth, or the ultimate truth. Without knowing the ultimate truth, all the other truths are fake. So it's a very beautiful philosophy. You cannot discuss with those people. Yeah, better to avoid those people. I always try to avoid those people who are speaking about the absolute truth and the ultimate truth. You cannot discuss with them. You cannot say anything. Even if you say you are, if I say I am Upul, they say no, it's a relative truth. It's not an absolute truth. So what is the absolute truth? My dear friends, the truth is very simple. Really, it is something very, very simple. It is more simple than lying. To lie, we have to make our mind complicated. Otherwise, difficult to lie. Difficult to say something which is not true. It is not easy to say something is not true. We have to plan. We have to think about it. We have to create a lie, story, fake story. We have to create. And then we have to remember it, because next time we may forget. We have to write down. Each time when we lie, we have to write down somewhere. But if something is true, then we don't have to remember it. No need to remember. Therefore, the truth is more simple. More simple. So simple than lying. Then why we are lying? Why we are lying? It's a good question to ask from ourselves. Usually we ask this question from others. Yes, we ask this question from others, from everybody. Especially if we are having close relationships, then always we have arguments. You are lying. You are cheating me. You are not honest. What you are saying is not true. So we always ask this question, why are you lying? Why are you lying? So meditators, I think we should ask this question from ourselves, why we are lying. Consciously, why we are lying. Sometimes we are lying without knowing. We think we believe this is the truth. So there are two kinds of lying according to the Buddhism. Sampajanna Musavada and Asampajanna Musavada. Sampajanna means knowing, consciously, intentionally, we are lying. And Asampajanna means without knowing. We believe something, but that is not true. But we will believe. So that is called Asampajanna Musavada. It's a lie, not true, not truth, but some kind of excuse can be there. So why we are lying? By lying, what we can gain? We can gain so many things by lying. We can gain money. Business people, they are lying because they can sell things for high price. That means they can earn money. And politicians are lying. They always, because they can get the power. So by lying, one can get the money and someone can get the power. And the third thing is we can get the attention, others' attention, others' caring, others' love. Many things we can get by lying. For how long? This is the question. For how long? And when we are lying consciously, then what happens to us is one part of our consciousness knows what is the truth. We can say the heart knows the truth, but the mind is lying. So the heart knows the truth, the mind is lying. So money is important for the mind, not the heart. Attention, caring, relationships, power, all these things are important for the mind. And the mind thinks it is okay to get them in whatever way. Whatever way it is okay to get them. If the mind cannot get them in the right way, then what's wrong to say small lie? But the heart knows the truth. Heart knows. Therefore, the heart, what does heart do is, before the mind is saying something, the heart tells us, don't say this, don't say this. If we are sensitive enough and if we are aware, then we can feel that intuition or intention or whatever, some kind of pressure, some kind of gentle force comes from our heart and say, don't say this, don't say this, this is not the truth. And as usual, the mind is more powerful, the head is more powerful, that's why it called the head of the life here, like head of the department, the head prefect, the headmaster. So the head should not be the head, but unfortunately the head became the head. Anyhow, therefore, the mind or the head can suppress the heart's request. So in this moment, in this very moment, our self split out to two parts, like two people, two personalities. Whenever we are lying, this is happening, whether we are aware or not. One man, one woman is becoming two personalities. So personal disorders can happen, can start to happen from this very moment. But usually nobody says this is a personal disorder. But this is the starting point, one of the starting point. We are split out. And the second time when we lie, again heart says, don't do. But now mind knows how to avoid the heart. Now it's easier than the first time. And again lying. And then the heart, the voice of the heart becomes softer and softer and softer and softer and softer. And finally the heart becomes silent. Because the heart cannot fight, the mind can fight. The heart is not something which is fighting for things, forcing for things, just asking, just saying, just guiding. That's all. So the heart becomes mute. This is one of the most unfortunate thing in our life. And then no stillness at all. So how possible to have stillness if two people are inside and one wants to do something and the other one wants to do something opposite? Then no stillness at all. That's why mind is creating so many concepts of the stillness. Actually, no need to create any concept of the stillness or for the stillness. We have to let go of all kinds of mind-made concepts, mind-made concepts to be the stillness. This is the reality. To be the stillness, not to achieve the stillness. So we are the stillness, but now no stillness because inside fight. And therefore we think it is in somewhere else. So that is very good, that's very good idea for the mind. It is somewhere else, not here, somewhere else. So we had to do things. We had to do a lot of puja, lot of ceremonies, lot of rituals, lot of mantra we had to recite. And then, yes, then we had to offer many things to the teacher, to the master. Only then we can achieve that stillness. So again, it's a good business for the teachers. But no stillness. It is not anywhere. We are the stillness. We are the stillness. But now no stillness because of this separation. We are separated now. No harmony. Therefore, my dear friends, we have to be honest. Without making any condition, no condition, we have to be honest. 100% honest and 200% honest. That's why in Metta Sutta, you are going to chant it later in Metta Sutta. The second and the third qualities are straightforward, be honest, and be more honest. Ujucha, sujucha. We have to be honest and we have to be very honest. So 2 times. That is very important. For what? This is really important. Metta Sutta, how it begins. I think you all know. You can say it by your heart. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicca. The stillness, santa pada means the stillness, the real stillness. If we want to experience the true stillness, then do these things. Think it is possible. This is the first quality. Think it is possible. Beginning. No, it is impossible. I can't do. I am not the right person. I have done many bad karma. No. You have to be positive, 100% positive. Sakko. I can. It is possible. And then the second and third qualities, you have to be straightforward and 200% honest. You have to be honest to others and to oneself. And there are more, 14 qualities. You know, when you chant it in English, you can understand. You already understood these things. Without being honest, no one can be the stillness. But we can experience that artificial stillness, mind-made stillness, only for a short period of time. Like 2 parties are fighting, but sometimes they say peace. Today is Christmas Day, no fight. Okay, good. Something like this. It is easier to, really, it is so easy to be truthful. By lying, we can gain so many things. So we made the list: money, power, others' attention, others' caring, relationships, many more. But my dear friends, all these benefits are very worldly. We can buy them. We can buy all these things, we can buy. But by lying, by being dishonest, no one can achieve any spiritual achievement. That is not possible. We are losing them. On one hand, we can get a lot of worldly things by lying, but at the same time, we are losing whatever we had, spiritual wealth. So why I am saying it is easy to say the truth. The Buddha gave us a very simple criteria for this. The Buddha did not speak about the absolute truth or the ultimate truth. No. The truth is so simple to the Buddha. If something you know, that is the truth for you. If something you have heard, and if you say, I have heard this, then you are not lying. If something you have seen, and if you say that I have seen this, then you are not lying. But if you say, I didn't see this, then you are lying. I haven't heard, then you are lying. So this is the criteria. And there are five things. I don't know what to say, the name for these 5 things. The first thing is faith, saddha. Faith. We all have different faiths. Thousands of faiths we have. Even one person may have hundred of faiths. It's okay. And if we say, this is my faith, I believe this, I believe the God. So Buddha said, he or she is saying truth. It doesn't matter whether the God created this world or not, doesn't matter. If you say you believe that the God has created the world, you believe, this is my belief, then you are the way protecting the truth. Satyanurakkana, protecting the truth. But that your belief can be wrong. That's okay. Belief can be wrong. Whatever you believe can be wrong. It's okay. But if you believe this and if you say, I believe this, then you are protecting the truth. But if you say further like this, I believe this, this is the truth. I believe that God created the world, and that is the truth. The God created the world. There shouldn't be any other theory. Then you are not protecting the truth. And then the second thing is what you like. You can say, I like this idea. I like this idea that God created the world. So it's good. And you are not lying because you like it. But if you say, I like, and that is the absolute truth, then you are lying. You are not protecting the truth. Saddha Ruchi Anusava. The third thing is Anusava means this is our tradition. Tradition. So traditionally we think so many things. Traditionally there are so many beliefs are there. And we can say in our tradition, we think this happens because of that, because of karma. The Buddhist can say things can happen because of the karma. This is our tradition. What our tradition says is things happen because of the karma. So it's okay. It's not a lie. But if I say things happen because of the karma, this is the absolute truth. There shouldn't be any more theories about this. Then I am not protecting the truth because I am going beyond my limitations, beyond my understanding. And the fourth one is logical thinking. Logical thinking. And the fifth one is our views. This is my view. It's okay to say whatever view we have, we can say this is our view. Without saying this is the absolute truth. Whatever you say is not true. Whatever I say is true. Idameva satyam mogha anyam. Whatever I say, that is the absolute truth. Whatever you say is a lie. We should not come to this conclusion. So Buddha says, if you are in this framework, in this frame, you can believe whatever. You can like or dislike whatever. Whatever tradition you are in, doesn't matter. Whatever logical thinking or whatever view, doesn't matter. You can say what you believe, what you like, what tradition, what logical thinking, what view. But you cannot say this is the absolute truth. Because everybody has different faith, different beliefs. different likes and dislikes, different logical thinking, and different point of views. So that's why I say it is simple. To protect the truth is simple. We have to be honest. Without being honest, no way to protect the truth. And if you are not protecting the truth, then no stillness. Because we hear some blame from inside, not from outside. Inside. No stillness. There is a beautiful Zen story. I don't know whether I should tell this or not. Yeah, I can tell you. I think most of you know this Zen story. There was a monastery. Many pupils were there, hundreds of pupils, both female and male, both were there. And well-disciplined monastery, Zen monasteries are usually well-disciplined. Too disciplined, maybe. Too disciplined. Anyhow, there was a very beautiful nun, a very beautiful young nun. And the story says all the other male pupils wanted to have a relationship with this beautiful nun. I don't know, everybody wants, but the story says everybody wants to have a relationship. But it's a discipline. Discipline is there, and it is not allowed to have any that kind of relationships. Therefore, what those male pupils did is they made a small notes, but no one knows that everybody is doing. Everyone was doing secretly, make a small note and say, "I love you," and just pass to that nun secretly. Because those days, no WhatsApp, no other messages, so they had to write down everything in small paper. Secretly, I don't know how it happened, but anyhow. So after a couple of days, now she had 100 of notes, small notes, same message. And one day, in the morning assembly, just after the master's discourse, she stand up. And she said, if anybody wants to love me, tell it in public. You can tell now in public. Because the love is something beautiful and it shouldn't be secret. Then no one wants to say in public because of the discipline. And then she said, if you can't be honest, then I am not ready for any kind of relations. If you are not honest, if you can't be honest, then that can't be the real love, true love. And that's very beautiful, very beautiful. And this is a story I have heard. I think it's a true story. But now what I am going to share with you is a true story. A monk, Sri Lankan monk, in that time he was a young monk in a forest monastery. And actually he became a monk not with very deep expectations. One of his very respectful friend became a monk. And because of this respect, this young man also wanted to ordain in his monastery, in his friend's monastery. So now both of them were there. And this young monk, now he's a very newly ordained monk. In the first few days, he was so happy, so enthusiastic for doing things, not eating after 12 and everything like that. But after a couple of days, he was fed up because he didn't become a monk to do these things. He wanted to just stay nearby his friend. That's all. So without being a monk, he couldn't do that. But now he had to do so many things. He had to get up so early and sweeping the walking paths and going for alms, pindapata, and many things. So after a couple of days, he became fed up. And after a couple of weeks, he became depressed, utterly depressed. So he didn't do anything, even no eating, no showering, no shaving, no washing the robe, nothing. And he wanted to kill himself. And then he was staying in his own kuti, own room, for a couple of days without doing anything. He couldn't meditate at all. That was the first reason. He couldn't meditate, no concentration at all. So anyway, no joy. He was, after a couple of days, he wanted to walk around and to find a place to kill himself. So he walked, and then he found another kuti, another small hut. And he was, first time he saw that kuti, and he went inside, and then he saw a very, very old monk was lying on the floor and seriously ill. That old monk was so sick, couldn't do anything, but nobody knows. Because, you know, in the forest monasteries, we had to look after ourselves. So nobody knows. This old monk didn't have food for many days, even no water, no medicine. So when this young monk saw this old monk suffering and lying down on the floor, actually not lying down, fell down. So first time he had some kind of soft feeling after many days, many weeks. First time he felt something with his heart, and he wanted to do everything. He just washed this old monk and prepare some tea and clean up him and wash his robes and dressed him with the new robes. So did so many things which are necessary. The first time he saw this old monk, senior monk, and after doing everything, he felt so much joy. First time he felt such a joy in his heart. He could experience any joy, any amount of joy during his sitting meditation time or walking. No, that was so terrible. But this experience, without doing any sitting or walking meditation, he felt such a blissfulness. No depression now. Depression is over, finished. So with this high blissfulness, he felt the faith in the Buddha, first time he became a monk, not with the faith, not out of the faith, but first time he felt faith, Saddha. So he wanted to bow down to the Buddha statue. He went to the shrine room. Actually, all the monks should go there every evening for chanting. And he went there for a couple of weeks, but he was hating. He hated those chanting because it's 1.5 hour chanting, and in Pali language, he couldn't understand what he was saying, and he couldn't sit for 1.5 hours. It is not a loving kindness meditation, opposite. He radiated negative radiance. So now different, he wanted to go there, and when he went to that Buddha's shrine room, then he saw a mother and a son, small child. They were there around the Bodhi tree, and they were trying to do something, offering something. And then when they saw this monk, they came and bowed down to this young monk and said, "Oh, God sent you here. My child is sick, and we had to do some ceremonies to get some blessed, because medicine doesn't help. And we don't know how to do this ceremony ritual, but you came, and please do." And actually he doesn't know how to do this because he didn't learn. But out of his kindness, now he felt so much kindness towards this mother and small child. I don't know what he did, but he told me that he did something. He chanted something. He couldn't chant any sutta. No, I am very sure. I know this. He couldn't chant any sutta by his heart, even by reading. But I don't know what he has done, but he did something. And after that ritual ceremony, that mother felt so much relief. And actually that son gets some well. And the mother again bowed down to this monk and said, "Thank you so much, so much." And when mother stand up and look at this face, young monk face, and say, "You are so handsome." The mother said, "You are so handsome." And the mother said, "We had to repeat this for 7 days. We will be coming tomorrow, and please be here." So now he had double bonus. Double. First, from that old monk, after serving to him, he felt so much happiness, blissfulness, concentration, stillness, everything. And now, after chanting again, it became multiplied. So he went back to his kuti as a different person now. He left his kuti as a depressed one. Now he has returned as so joyful one. And he said he ran. He ran to the kuti. He wanted to see his face from the mirror because that mother said, "You are so handsome." So he went, "Look at, so ugly because not shaving and didn't have a shower. Even he didn't brush his teeth. Very smelly robe." But said he was hurt. He was so handsome. So next day, that he promised that he would be coming for the chanting again. And next day, he had a bath and he shaved by using shaving cream. And after that, aftershave lotion light, and a shampoo, now new robe. And he went again. And the mother looked at him and said, "You are so ugly today. You are so ugly today." The beauty comes from where? The beauty comes from the honest. If you are honest, it doesn't come from shaving cream or shampoo. No. It comes from the heart, naturally, if you are honest. And stillness comes too. Should be natural, should be simple. So, my dear friends, even though those two titles, the stillness and the truthfulness, are like two directions, but actually the stillness is based on the truthfulness. How much we are truthful, that much we can be still. How much we are still, that much we can be truthful. So one is supporting to each the other, and it goes like this. I think this is enough. No? If I say something else, it can be not true now. So this is the truth, what I knew, what I know. Thank you very much, dear friends, for your kind attention. And please do some reflection on what you have heard and what you are experiencing your life. You can please compare and do your own self-practice. And then we will meet in a couple of hours for the chanting and meditation and then the discussion. Thanks. Thank you very much.